Hello students, welcome to chemistry classes. So under this hydrogen lesson, today we are going to discuss hydrides. What are hydrides? What are the various types of hydrides, preparation, properties and some important uses of hydrides. Hydrogen possesses greater tendency to combines with almost all the elements under certain conditions to form a binary compounds. The binary compounds of hydrogen with other elements are called hydrides. For example, hydrogen combines with most of the main group elements, that is the S block elements as well as P block elements except the noble gas family, and most of the transition elements, even lanthanides and actinides also combines with the hydrogens to form hydrides. The hydrides are classified into three types. Hydrides are majorly classified into three types. The first one is ionic or salt-like or saline hydrides. Ionic hydrides or salt-like hydrides or saline hydrides. The second one is molecular or covalent hydrides. Molecular or covalent hydrides. The third one is interstitial hydrides or metallic hydrides. Interstitial hydrides or metallic hydrides. First of all, ionic or salt-like or saline hydrides. So, what are ionic or salt-like or saline hydrides? These are formed by the combination of alkali metals, especially the group 1 elements and the group 2 elements, alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. The transfer of electron from metals to hydrogen atoms. I already told you, in metal hydrides, hydrogen shows negative oxidation state. In the case of alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, less number of electrons present in their valence shell. Therefore, they are easily donate the valence electron to the hydrogen and they form a ionic bond. Form an ionic bond between metal and hydrogen. So, these compounds are common salt like structure. Common salt is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride like structure. Therefore, they are salt like hydrides or saline hydrides. How these compounds are prepared? Normally, these compounds are prepared by heating the metals with hydrogen under certain conditions. For example, lithium readily reacts with hydrogen to form lithium hydride. Sodium reacts with hydrogen, gives sodium hydride. Potassium reacts with hydrogen, gives potassium hydride. Heating at a temperature of 573 Kelvin, approximately 573 Kelvin. Potassium and cesium reacts with hydrogen, gives cesium hydrides. 2 molecule of cesium hydride is obtained. The temperature is approximately 1073 Kelvin. So, these are the normal methods or ways to prepare this hydrogen. Alkaline earth metals, calcium also. Calcium reacts with hydrogen, gives calcium hydride. Strontium reacts with hydrogen, gives strontium hydride. How to write the formula for calcium hydride? Calcium reacts with hydrogen, gives calcium hydride, because calcium shows +2 oxidation state. Strontium reacts with hydrogen, gives strontium hydride. Strontium in the +2 oxidation state. So, this is the way to prepare this ionic or salt-like or saline hydrides. So, what are the important characteristic properties of this ionic metal hydrides? First of all, the ionic hydrides are generally white color or gray in color and non-volatile, non-conducting conductors in the solid state, not act as a excellent conduction or not show any conducting properties in the solid state, and they shows high melting and boiling point. Saline hydride shows high melting and boiling points because these are held together by strong ionic bond. Therefore, we supply enormous quantity of energy to break the bond. Therefore, the melting point and boiling point of ionic hydrides are high. And this binary hydrides, that is lithium hydride, sodium hydride, potassium hydrides shows the similar characteristic properties as well as the similar structures of sodium chloride. Some of the properties are similar as well as, and it shows similar structures. Sodium chloride, rock salt structure, there is a source space centered cubic system. And conductivity, appreciable conduction is expected under molten state or it is in the fused state. So, we know that in the solid state, in the particular crystal lattice, all the ions are held together by strong Coulombic force of attraction. Therefore, there will be no mobilization of ions takes place. Without any mobilization of ions, there will be no conduction takes place. But when it is heated at a high temperature, it melts at a particular temperature. So, the moving of ions, the positive ions and negative ions move towards the respective electrodes. So, during the mobilization of ions, it acts as a conductors. It shows excellent conducting properties at high temperature, or when it is in the molten state, or it is in the fused state, or completely in the liquid state. For example, lithium hydride on heating at 1070 Kelvin. So, it gives lithium plus ion and H plus ion. Lithium hydride, suppose we are taking 2 molecules of lithium hydride, it provides 2 lithium ion and 2 H plus ion. So, it is a cation and it is a anion, cation and anion. Cation move towards the cathode by receiving the electrons. Anions move towards the anode. Normally, hydrogen is liberated at the anode. So, this is a electrolysis process, or it acts as a excellent conductors when electricity is applied the solutions. Okay. And another important property of this hydrides is hydrolysis. These compounds are readily hydrolysis. Lithium hydride and sodium hydrides are readily hydrolysis to provide concerned hydroxides. Lithium hydride on hydrolysis. Lithium hydride reacts with water, it gives lithium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is liberated. Sodium hydride on hydrolysis gives sodium hydroxide and hydrogen is liberated. So, from this reactions we know that these compounds are slightly alkaline in nature. These compounds are slightly, so lithium hydroxide and sodium hydroxides are produced. Therefore, this aqueous solution of this compound is alkaline in nature. Aqueous solution of this compounds are alkaline in nature. And also it reacts with this hydrides, reacts with other elements of higher elements of halides, to form a strong reducing agents. Lithium hydride reacts with aluminum chloride. Suppose lithium hydride reacts with aluminum chloride, it gives lithium aluminum hydrate. Lithium chloride. Lithium hydride reacts with aluminum Al2Cl6, aluminum chloride. It gives the compound called lithium aluminum hydrate and lithium chloride is obtained. Lithium aluminum hydrate. So, sodium hydride reacts with the B2H6 diborane. So it gives sodium borohydrate, lithium aluminum hydrate. This compound is called sodium borohydrate. Sodium borohydrate. So the lithium aluminum hydrate and sodium borohydrate act as a powerful reducing agent because of provides hydrogen during the course of the process. So this is one of the important method used to prepare the stronger reducing agents from the lithium hydride or sodium hydrate. So this is all about this ionic or saline hydrides. Next we are going to discuss the second category, molecular or covalent hydrides. Molecular hydrides or covalent hydrides. What are molecular hydrides or what are covalent hydrides? Molecular hydrides or covalent hydrides mostly formed from the p block elements, group number 13 to group number 17. Noble gases are less reactive or inert, therefore it does not combine with hydrogen. These molecular hydrides or covalent hydrides are mostly formed from the p block elements of group number 13 to group number 17. So these are highly electronegative elements. Therefore, this electronegative elements combines with the hydrogens to form hydrides. For example, the direct combination, we know that fluorine directly reacts with the hydrogen. In the dark condition also, the reaction takes place. It gives hydrogen fluoride. Hydrogen fluoride is the well-known hydride form of fluorine. And hydrogen combines with the oxygen. Hydrogen combines with oxygen gives water molecule. Here oxygen is the most electronegative element. Here fluorine is the most electronegative elements. And similarly, hydrogen combines with the nitrogen. So at the temperature of 573 Kelvin and 200 atmospheric pressure, it gives ammonia. Ammonia is the product. Ammonia is the hydride of nitrogen. Water is the hydride of oxygen. Hydrogen fluoride is the hydride of fluorine. So these are some examples of this covalent or molecular hydrides. And some other molecular hydrides are also prepared from carbide compounds. Aluminum carbide, Al4C3. Aluminum carbide on hydrolysis gives methane as a hydride formed during the course of the process. Methane as the hydride formed from aluminum carbide on completely hydrolysis with the water, and also gives aluminum carbide on hydrolysis gives aluminum chloride. Hydrolysis with aluminum chloride, aqueous solution or adding hydrochloric acid. So aluminum chloride as the product. So these are some molecular or covalent hydrides. What are the characteristic properties of this molecular or covalent hydrides? Molecular or covalent hydrides are very soft materials and it shows low melting and boiling point. Is mostly does not conduct heat and electricity because these are not provides positive and the negative ions. So poor conductor of heat and electricity. These compounds these hydrides are further classified into three types: electron deficient molecular hydrides, electron precise or electron sufficient molecular hydrides, electron rich molecular hydrides. So now I would like to explain some points about this electron deficient molecular crystals, molecular hydrides. What are electron deficient molecular hydrides? In the molecular hydride, for example, boron diborane B2H6. This boron shows less electron or conveniently draw their structure. boron shows less electrons. Conveniently draw their structure. Therefore, these compounds are electron. Boron in diborane, boron is the electron deficient and exist in the form of hydride. These compounds are said to be electron deficient molecular hydride. Electron precise or electron sufficient in the case of methane. In the case of methane, carbon and 4 hydrogen atoms are present. This is a hydride form of carbon. Methane is a hydride form of carbon. It has sufficient electrons to conveniently draw their structure. Therefore, these compounds are said to be electron precise or electron sufficient molecular hydrides. The last one is electron rich molecular hydrides. So, in this we are considering the examples water, ammonia and hydrogen fluoride. Water, ammonia. First of all, water. In water molecule, oxygen atom having 2 lone pair of electrons in their valence shell, and similarly nitrogen of ammonia having 1 lone pair of electrons. So, these lone pair of electrons are readily donated to other compounds. So, electron rich in their valence shell, electron rich in their valence shell. Therefore, these compounds are referred to as electron rich molecular hydrides. Due to the high electronegative atom of oxygen and nitrogen, it also tendency to form hydrogen bond with each other, So, for example, water molecule is written like this. One of the oxygen atom is bonded with hydrogen atom of another one water molecule. So, this is called intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So, due to the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, this compound shows high boiling points. So, these are some characteristic properties and types of molecular or covalent crystals, covalent hydrides. The last one is metallic or interstitial hydrides. So, these compounds arises in the case of transition elements. Transition elements, we know that transition elements present in group number 3 to group number 12. Group number 3, 4, 5. That is scandium, this is titanium, this is vanadium. Scandium, titanium, vanadium. Group number 3, group number 4, group number 5. So, these are commonly all the elements of the 3 groups readily combines with the hydrogen form hydrides. For example, scandium hydride, titanium hydride, vanadium hydride, etc. commonly form hydrides. And group number 6, chromium only form hydride, for example CrH. Group number 7, 8, 9, the elements does not form any hydrides. Group number 7, 8, 9, 9 does not form any hydrides. This is called hydride gap. The elements of the transition elements of group number 7, 8, 9 does not form any hydrides. Therefore, this is commonly termed as hydride gap. Okay. So, other elements also ready to form the hydrides. Even some of the lanthanides and actinides also combines with hydrogen form hydrides. These compounds are said to be interstitial hydrides. In the interstitial position of concerned metal lattice, crystal lattice, the interstitial position the hydrogen atoms may be occupied, therefore, they are called as interstitial hydrides. Some common properties of interstitial hydrides are they are hard materials, malleable, ductile, sonorous. Some compounds shows lustrous property, excellent conductivity is expected in the case of metallic hydrides. These compounds are non-stoichiometric in nature. Most of these compounds are non-stoichiometric in nature because some compounds the metal atom is somewhat less when comparing with the actual amount, therefore non-stoichiometric in nature. They have readily conduct heat and electricity. So, and this metal hydrides can be used as a storage media. This metal interstitial or metallic hydrides are act as a storage media. The property is has a potential for hydrogen storage and storage of storage for vehicles. Okay. So, these are the types of hydrides. So, I hope all should understood each topics we discussed here. So, if you have any doubts you may ask. Thank you.